fifth graders, welcome to Thursday's lesson of writing social studies. We're going to continue to focus on our planning and strengthening that, okay? And we're still on the pre-writing process, so this is before we begin our paper. I hope you're staying with me and just keeping up on what I want you to do every day, so you'll be ready to turn in a good paper by next Friday, okay? Not the end of this week, but the end of next week. All right, so just wanted to remind you on Monday what I wanted you to do. So just so you know where we're drawing this from, I wanted you to write down your main idea on Monday and 3 subtopics. I've already showed you academics, and which I turned it into writing, and the ball game. I showed you my notes for that in my planning. Now today I'm going to show you the last one that I decided was going to be one of my subtopics, and that is government. Okay, so that's what I'll be showing you today. And there's the academics one from yesterday that I decided to turn into writing. And here is the government one. Okay, so for my notes, I found lots of notes on government for the Maya people. This was a very big topic. So I found out that many city-states each had their own independent government. Kind of reminded me of the way we run things. We have, our states have independent governments, which I also found in the research that the Greek adopted their system of government, which we later adopted a lot from the Greeks too. Okay, so I also found out that each city-state had a king and believed that they were given the right to rule by gods. I found out that kings inherited the title of being king. It was inherited by the oldest son. And if there was no son, then the oldest brother would step up and be king. And in many cases, a woman ruled. So in the Maya history, ancient Mayan history, there were a lot of women that ruled as well. They had very strict laws. Murder, arson, and acts against the gods were often punished by death. So their penalty would often be death if they were to commit one of those crimes. Local leaders like nobles or kings would be the judge many times. Not so much the king, but usually a leader or a noble, but sometimes the king would be the judge. Punishments were carried out immediately. The Mayas had no prisons, so they would immediately get their sentence, and they would either be sentenced to death, slavery, or they would have to pay a fine. So these are the notes that I found on government, and this will all be turning into a paragraph. I'll be showing you that next week, how I'm going to turn this into a paragraph in my paper. So make sure that you today take that last subtopic that you have and write down some notes. Go back to the things that you have to read and the videos that you have. You've got Epic, you've got the videos from last week, and you've got the Duckster website from this week. So make sure you go in and find some good stuff about those subtopics that you decided. And we'll be going back to this next week. Tomorrow will be Poetry Friday. So we'll be back to our writing next week. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.